yeah, dude.
Heck yeah.
Oh god, all my transmog is broken. Oh god. Oh
Oh
no.
yeah, they're borked pretty bad.
This feels like logging into Final Fantasy 14 after a new patch. Why is my character ugly?
Let's do this together, team. Oh, the add-on purge has begun, y'all.
Stop. How am I gonna get out of the fire if I don't have GTFO?
Oh
Who's gonna tell
my
me?
god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh
You
my
expect me to listen
god.
to the raid leader?
What craziness is this?
This is madness.
Absolute madness.
Oh no.
This is the first guild meeting for the additions to our family here. So I'm really excited about it. I'm hoping that we can get online because there are some of you who actually want to see the guild house.
Yeah, Danny. When we enter the house, where do we go?
You're gonna enter the house into the reception area. You're gonna take a right in that door. That's the
Okay.
meeting conference room.
Ooh, first one here. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not even there. Hello, hello, hello. I know this is terrible because it coincides right when the servers come up. But it is what it is. I'm so glad they kept the big asshole as the login.
The big ass. What?
My-
I will
the
never unsee it.
Mansanus?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Mansanus,
yeah.
right?
the Mansanus.
Thank you, Saba.
All right.
Now I'm looking at my login screen for an asshole.
You're not?
That is-
You don't have it? What the hell? No.
I've got the same one. The chick, the guy, and the orc.
What?
There you go.
It just booted me off.
Yep. It just booted everybody off. Okay. So
I'm not taking that because I'm not getting booted off, Saba.
Oh boy.
See, I popped my transmog toy and then Saba invited me and it phased me into a different phase that didn't have my transmog toy in it anymore.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, so let's see here. That's where we're at. That's nuts. It doesn't reflect my characters. What the hell? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. I'm waiting for it to reflect my characters before I hit that login screen. Hi, guys. If you get on the screen share, I will, I know you guys may not even pay attention right now.
There isn't a screen share yet.
There isn't? What do you mean?
You left and then came back, so it closed your...
Oh, fucking A. Look at that. That is awful of me. There we go. OBS.
Tiny accept. I swear it won't kick you off.
Oh, Herm.
Thanks, this is the most people I've seen on this place.
Really? That's terrible. We've had double raids, so you've had to have seen 40 at least. Some instances.
When I'm not in...
A
No,
raid.
no, I mean,
Like when you're
in
not in the raid?
Dornegal.
Oh, in Dornegal. Oh, I thought you meant in here on the server. Where's Nyletha? Is he here? Nye.
Yo,
Nye, the science guy.
dude, I have a crazy headache.
Are you like... Do you... I
I
think
am-
you have fucking COVID, bro. Did you get tested?
I am not even remotely prepared to sit here and do UI stuff I think I might die.
I think you're gonna die. You sound like you are dying, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Holy shit. What are you doing to me? Okay. All right.
What's happening?
Well, everybody can log in. This is terrible because there we go.
Did they untransmog everything I was wearing?
Yeah.
Transmog system changed, so yep.
Oh boy.
They just said, fuck you
Oh, is it up?
guys.
Pretty much. Spend more gold.
Oh
Whoa.
no.
Are the
servers up?
Yes, they are.
Talents.
Oh yeah.
I'm not ready for this, man.
I'll give it a
Yeah,
couple
that's
days
okay.
to ease into it.
Wow.
My head hurts.
Okay. Yeah. I'm already fucking like, nope.
I'm already overwhelmed.
Already overwhelmed. I'm going to my house. Fuck you guys.
I'm literally already overwhelmed.
I'm
I
going
keep
to my
hearing
house.
everyone talking about a UI overhaul, and my UI looks the same. But
Yeah,
I
my
don't use
UI
a lot of
is-
add-ons.
Yeah.
All right, guys, are you guys ready for a raid?
Yep, let's do it.
Oh
do
boy,
it.
let's go.
You filthy
You're
LV.
My
hilarious.
transmogs.
Dude. Okay,
Hilarious.
Everything looks so fucked.
I need to
Fucked.
chill out.
It'll be all right.
You'll
You'll
be
figure
fine.
it out.
It'll be fine.
Like my character preview screen,
Well,
my whole
time to just
warband
go
is sitting
through
there
and-
with no transmog.
I just go through and delete all my
Oh, the
fucking
horror.
loadouts.
Listen, you should
God, it
at
looks so
least have
bad.
fucking one. This is bullshit. Right?
Thought we were getting two.
No,
but
you
maybe.
lost them. You lose them all. They did that in the beta too. So
Well, I'm in the guild house. Look at this.
Some of your talents
Brizzy's
have been
here.
reset.
Saba's here.
Why am I
Oh,
in a
shit.
raid group?
I don't
Ow.
know. Why are
I
you
went
in
to the
a-
wrong house, and now I gotta wait 14 minutes, so I'm going to another character.
Find an empty
What?
lot.
What?
Yeah, you can teleport to an empty
Why am
lot.
I in a raid group
Killy,
with
come back.
the
I have
guild?
Fury Warrior questions.
Yeah. What do we have over here? What do we have? Death Vow, son of Numspeed. Ooh. Numspeed's little boy. Let's go.
Wait, Are
if
we
you played
supposed to
on the
go
beta,
somewhere?
there is a trick you can do to not
Yeah,
have
we're
to
at the
configure
house.
it all. You can export your
oh my.
Said Danny's house.
WTF
Holy
and your
shit.
interface.
Holy shit.
Oh wait, did they get rid of? Okay, no, they didn't. Thank God.
Well, it says the second neighborhood's available now.
I made too many fucking outfits to just have them get removed.
Wow. Crazy. All right. At least MRT works. I'm good. All right.
Custom outfits, custom sets.
Yeah, custom
Yeah, yeah,
sets
yeah.
is what we need. I have unspent talents.
I
Yes,
have
I
a
know.
gift for everyone.
That's a
I
tab.
have a gift for you guys here in the guild meeting.
Everybody that's in the guild meeting gets a gift.
Was
Apparently.
there
Wait.
patch tonight?
There's
I'm good.
you're.
Housing.
I'll see you in a week.
Where are the collections? Jesus Christ. Okay, appearances. What are we
Wait,
doing?
Zed, we can't use this.
Is it not letting you?
Where's-
No.
How do you get to the shit? How do you get to
Oh,
this?
it's.
my
I think
God.
it's because we're cross faction.
Yeah.
Servers are barely up, and my guild still wants to raid. That's crazy.
Who's saying that?
My goat Wootsy. Where's my house? Oh yeah, I forgot I put it in
Okay,
there.
can someone tell me how do I fucking get to the
I
goddamn?
forgot I put it in the air.
How do you get what, Danny?
How do you get to the transmogs?
It's the
I
same
just
place it always
Talk to my
was.
transmog.
Yeah, you just talk to a transmog guy.
Or if you have a mount, just talk to a mount. Get on the mount. And
Oh, okay.
access
Got
it.
it.
I forgot
Got
where
it.
Danny's house is. Oh,
You
I
forgot?
Just teleport to it. Just teleport to it.
What?
Just teleport
Yeah,
to it.
yeah,
How does
we're
one do
Yeah,
that?
you
friends.
just click
Yeah, click on-
Danny's
So
name
you
on
you
guild.
click on her in the guild list.
Oh,
Press view
This is
houses.
true.
Yes, yes, yes. Hold on, because I cannot handle this.
Wait,
I cannot handle this. Look, this is not. Nope. Holy shit!
500 gold for a fucking weapon change.
Yep.
It's permanent.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
just
it
a
a
permanent
one-time
change.
thing now? Yeah.
Does increase though. It'll go up to like
Ugh.
so many
Hey,
hundred
I
just
thousand
mentioned
gold at
this.
the final at
That
the
is
final.
absolute ass.
I thought it was like
Oh, no, they
100K
changed it.
total or something.
They changed
Did
it. They nerfed the gold. Yeah, it's nowhere
thank
near that
God.
crazy anymore.
Yeah, they
Oh,
did
like
nerf
the-
the gold cap, but it's still going to cost a lot per.
They
it's still
nerfed
gonna-
how much gold the like back half
The
of
out,
the outfit
the out,
slots.
yeah, the outfit slots. Yeah, that doesn't go up to that much. I think.
I heard it was like
20 Gs.
it was like 70,000, but like 80% of that was just in the back half of
Yeah, they
them or
changed
something
it.
like that. Okay,
They
thank
changed
God,
it.
because
So basically, what you're saying is no bracers and no boots. Excellent.
Well, it's
Fantabulous.
It's the outfit slots that get expensive. It's always going to be like, I think it's like 2,000 to 3,000 to save an outfit, but the
Yeah.
outfit slots, but it's permanent, right? So you never have
dude,
to fucking pay for it.
metallic
Oh,
boots,
thank
dude.
God. Okay.
If it's only like if I only need to buy one, that's perfect. But you know,
True.
I need to do more than that. Sir, start getting expensive.
All right. Aww. Baby boy
Alpha, do you need to go to
Nyletha.
bed?
Baby boy Nyletha.
Fire's Comet Storm Talented. What?
Okay, but wow, that's a lot of people here. Nice.
Do
Okay.
we all fit here
No,
in this room?
I don't think so. Do you? No. There's seats for Cough and Mez, but the other ones aren't taken.
Oh, I see.
Eat that, scrubs.
Yeah, eat that, scrubs. All right. Okay, guys. So, welcome to pre-patch. Apparently went without an actual queue, so that's pretty good. I give it a 2 thumbs up. An enthusiastic 2 thumbs up. Because at least we didn't have to sit in a queue all night. That's fantastic. All right. So we have talked about certain things that we want to have happen for the launch. The launch is really not going to have a whole lot of things going on with it on March 2nd. If you are planning to take a that day off from work, don't. Take March 3rd off. Which I am going to take March 3rd off. And if you have extra days, Mez. He always ends up with extra days at the end of the year. I suggest you guys take off, March 3rd,
I took off for start of
Nori and early access?
Early access.
You
Yeah,
took
I took
off
off for
Friday?
early access.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll those of us with the deep pockets, right? Those of us with the deep pockets will be able to start on the 27th. So.
Oh my fuck.
Are you okay? I feel like he's not okay. Zen, I feel like your bud's not okay.
Hi.
Anyway,
Melissa, do I have to kick you from the call so you can go rest?
it's on YouTube. You can watch it later. All right.
Chilling.
So he's chilling. Okay. So there's going to be storyline questings. I mean, literally that first week is going to be about leveling to 90. For some of us, that'll take a day. Okay. We can unlock delves up to tier 8, but there are no bountiful delves, which sucks. Which means we're not going to be able to lock in vaults for that hero piece anyway during that first week. We can collect crests. I suggest you save any and all your crests, so that you have something to start with, and just pack them away. Do not use your crests. Do not use your catalyst charge. Okay.
So one quick thing: your tier 8 delves will lock in a heroic slot, but you won't get an extra piece from doing the bountiful because we won't have bountifuls.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, because the delve season hasn't started.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you will be able to lock in, I guess, a hero piece from the vault, but you just won't be able to get the hero pieces. All right. So, I would say lock in the dungeon and world tiers. I'm normal and heroic dungeons are there. Might as well, because if you get a tier piece, you're probably going to need that and upgrade that later. Can someone please let folks logging in that we are in the guild meeting on Discord and they should be here? Thank you.
I got you.
Thank you. Okay. Really, things don't get started. I don't ask me why, but we've been given 2 whole weeks to fucking do this shit. Basically, that's all we're gonna be able to do for the first 2 weeks. On the 17th is when shit really gets going, okay? The Mythic team's gonna run normal VS, which is Void Spire, DR, which is Dream Rift. VS is a 6 boss. It's the main raid, right? It's a 6 boss raid. Dream Rift is a 1 boss raid.
Apparently, that 1 boss raid is like the Lich King Cataclysm PvP raid.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really, really hard. So hopefully they can full clear that. I don't know. But they're going to go on Wednesday. So not the Tuesday normally for that. Kaffa said we want to move that back. Obviously, that makes sense. There's probably going to be a lot of like server issues, lag, etc. So he's going to take you guys on Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday for the Olympians. Got it? And the Heroic Plus teams will run our normal days. They'll run, normal VS and flip into Dream Rift if you hit a wall. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Monday, Friday, I'm thinking it's probably going to be the same continuation. Of above. And then maybe possibly, running the Heroic. Or you can try. I don't think we'll be able to do the Heroic with the gear we have. For the Heroic Plus teams. My team and the normal team, we are gonna run normal. On Wednesday, Friday, we're gonna run normal and then flip into Dream Rift if we hit a wall, just to kind of like clear it. Well, not clear the boss. I don't know, but just to clear the rot in the brain. And then on Sunday, I'm gonna be running that normal VS for normal. So I want to make sure that, if you are in any of those teams, that you are, signed up and ready to go. Bountiful Delves open up, so I think that we're going to unlock Delves 9 through 11, so definitely lock in those slots for Raid, Dungeon, and World tiers. Get those in as fully maxed as you can. The 4th week is where we see the Mythic team kind of stepping into those bosses. Like I said, Void Spire has 6 bosses, Dream Rift has 1. The March of Keldanas, which is the final boss, and will be released on March 31st, and it's all 3 tiers, and that is a 2 boss raid. So, this first season, is going to see us have 9 bosses total. Season 1 of Mythic Plus will be available on March 23rd. So that's the only time that we are going to see. I mean, it's like ridiculous. I don't understand it. But at any rate, we're going to have 3 weeks before we can even see the inside of a Mythic Plus dungeon. We will have Mythic Zeros, I do believe. So on this 3rd week, I think we are having Mythic Zeros, or are we not?
We are.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, and does anybody know, if it's a weekly lockout on the Mythic Zero? I'm going to assume
Yeah, it
yes.
should be like normal, yeah.
So that means that you can only run. So for those 3 weeks, or no, actually, for that 1 week, you can only run once per dungeon per week for Mythic Zeros. Are you sure that this is in the 3rd week? Azulus, does Azulus have the where's that graphic?
What?
Azulus, where's the graphic?
I don't know.
You
in the leaders chat, isn't it?
Is it in leaders chat?
I think it is. Or in the chat.
M0, sorry,
M0's
M0's open a week before Mythic raids. Like the data that the raid comes out on normal and heroic, Mythic Zeros also launch.
Okay.
Mythic Plus launches when Mythic Raids launches.
Okay. Okay. All right. So then we're only having normal and heroic for those 2 weeks. On the 3rd week, we're getting Mythic Zeros, and then on the 4th week, we're getting Mythic Plus. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I believe we're getting M0s as soon as we get the raid.
Right, which is March, the 3rd week. March 17th. Right? Okay. And then, the 5th week is that's basically the big. I heard that this raid is really hard. That's what I keep hearing. I heard that boss number 2 in Voidspire feels like a boss number 4. So it's pretty hard. I heard Dream Rift, that one boss, is pretty hard. Then I heard that boss 5, or what is it? 4 and 5 are pretty easy, but then 6 is a bitch, right? So that's kind of what I've heard. So leave it at that and do what you will with that. Okay. The expectations are going to be the same for the Olympians team as they were in last season. For those of you that are new to the Olympians for this expansion or for this season and you didn't start it off, basically you will be required to lock in your 10s every week. You need myth gear in order to kill mythic bosses. That's just known. You are to pick a main by the 2nd week, aka 4th raid, and you will not be able to switch unless you are asked to. Period. We need to lock in that roster. You want to reach for Resilient 12 so that you at least have a 12 key as Resilient. So that you can, and then this is changed now. Unfortunately, they did not, they did not do the upgrade to gear for 12, 15, and 18s. That was reeled back. I don't know if they're going to give us that for midnight or not. There has been no official word on that. Personally, I would hope that can be, granted, because I think it would be more incentive for people to do those keys, and we would see a more healthy pug environment in that. Not that you could pug an 18. I mean, really, honestly, you shouldn't be able to. You have all this time to kind of try all the different classes, try the new spec for Demon Hunter, try all of the different specs in pre-patch, right? Because I need you guys to lock it in. I want you guys to walk in with at least 2 different classes that you want to switch to, that you are having a hard time to deciding, but I do want you guys to try out all the classes you have an interest in, okay, before you're locking this down, okay? And I don't need to tell you guys that we are going to expect you guys to have all best enchants and best gems for any hero gear or up. I don't have to tell you that. The team, I'm going to let... Is Koff here? Yes, he is.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. Okay. So I'll let him explain about this and how he is going to be treating, the team and locking in rosters and all of that good stuff. Koff?
Yeah, for I guess for the trialing, right, or the framing around that is what you're saying.
Correct.
Yeah, so I mean it's just the same as we did this season. We just have, since we're always recruiting people and as we see towards the middle of the season, we don't have there's usually, people have stuff going on, especially towards the season like last season where the holidays come in. There's usually just a consistency thing that we have. So every season we just open it up to whoever wants to try for the Olympian team. So, I mean, granted, be realistic with your, your skill set and where you want and the commitment that it takes, or the expectations that the raid has, right? But we open it up to whoever wants to give it a try for the first 2 weeks of raid. And in that, there's after every raid, we'll look at the logs and kind of see what's going on, and you can kind of tell. I mean, obviously, the very first raid, maybe not, or maybe the first clear of normal, maybe not, but you can kind of start to tell who's picking it up and who's not, right? And so we take the logs, we look at them, and we kind of just start to make the roster based on that. And then after the fourth raid, like Danny mentioned, for locking in the characters, we should have a primary and a bench roster going into the further, I guess, for the rest of the rest of the season there. That's obviously changes as people come and go, but to get us kicked off, that'll be kind of how we set the roster for primary and bench. It'll just be after those 4 raids, we'll look at it and make that call. And then hopefully by then, well, as I say, hopefully by then we'll be in Mythic because we were there kind of at the this season. I think it was week 4, but with the gear being with the gear being slower and Mythic Plus not being really an option, I don't know what the time frame is to really get into Mythic. It seems like it'll be the only way to gear is raiding and delving, it sounds like.
Good luck, buddy. You're gonna love that.
Crafted is always big at this time.
Yeah. So you can craft
blues.
But yeah, so but as far as getting into Mythic, I don't know what the time frame will be with how far it seems they've delayed like the gearing process. So we'll take that. We'll obviously try and get to it within the first, I'd say probably 4 weeks after the Mythic Plus opens, because that's when everyone can really start pushing gear. But it'll really just depend on what the gearing looks like for that first 2 weeks. But 4 weeks after Mythic Plus opens, I'd say we should be reasonable. But I don't know if there's anything really else in here. I'm looking at your screen, Danny, and see if I missed anything, but I don't think so. I think that's the plan.
I already said about moving that first day to Wednesday instead of Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if you had gotten there yet. Okay.
Yep. So they just moved that just because it's going to be a clusterfuck. So.
Yeah, I'm deadly against this whole thing, but I think they're looking to push. They want the season to be longer. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. But as far as these expectations, I've relayed that out. Is there anything in here that we wanted to change? Doesn't look like.
Well, so I heard you say that they rolled back the gearing off the scaling of the vault.
Yes, they did.
When was that announced?
It wasn't announced.
It was
in beta.
It was mined on beta, then it was
a beta thing. Yeah.
Well, it was initially mined on beta to start with. They never announced it.
Right.
People data mined the fact that you could get higher stuff at higher keys, and then they just undid that.
But
they never announced it. They never announced either one. It was just data mined and then data mined again.
Yeah, but they did release it in beta. You were able to do it in beta, and then they rolled it back.
We never got our vaults in beta, so.
No, I know, but like to get they did release the system is what I hear. I mean, I didn't do keys, so I don't know, but yeah, that's what I heard. So we are no longer going to have a 12, 15, and 18 upgrade. So all of their gear is going to be one of 6, possibly one of 8 later, right? and
Yep.
all of it is going to be double the crest cost.
Well, that slows things even more.
The reason it'll be double the crest cost is because they took away the requirement for valor and whatnot.
Yeah, fuck you if you want alts.
So with the crafted, because it's have to get the crest for that as well.
Yeah.
Is that? I'm assuming that's double.
But that's yes, but iron. That's also for the epic crafted. But there is going to be blue crafted that you can, get.
Well, you take the blue
easy.
crafted and then you use the lowest cost crest.
Yeah.
And that upgrades it to a purple. At
And
like
you can upgrade it there.
Yeah, and at a full, it's equivalent of a fully upgraded heroic dungeon piece, and they usually have a lot of those crests, so you can basically if they follow the last two expansions, there will be enough crests to craft every piece or upgrade every heroic piece.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they go through with the 12 and the ups giving higher gear.
I mean, we were all looking forward to that. That's been a big discussion, a point of discussion.
Because I mean, if they don't, then I mean, bullet 3 is really irrelevant. If they do,
well, I mean, resilient keys are still 12s, right? So.
Yeah, but I mean, like, as long as you can get into a 10, it doesn't matter if your key is resilient. But if they do move the gear up, then getting resilient 12 is
I'll put an asterisk.
Obviously beneficial to everybody.
Right.
Because then you can at least farm the key and you don't have to time it. You just get it and then you get your whatever 2 out of 6 or 2, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If they do it.
Yeah, no.
So that'll really depend on what they do with that. I mean, I think the language around like Mythic Plus expectations is going to be determined off of that, because if they do roll it out and they scale it and they give it, we see it, we'll make something around that, because it'll just become obviously more important to do higher keys to get mythic gear quicker
without having to spend all those crests.
Yeah, because if you're doubling the requirement, but they're only upping the cap by, what was it, 10 or 20? It's like, I think it was like 20%.
Yeah.
Which is like 10 press or something, but yeah, so that'll become a priority if they release it. Other than that, it's just 10s if they don't.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then, that's pretty much. Do we have any questions about the Olympians? And the Olympians going into midnight.
I've got a question about the picking a main by the second week. Is that 2 weeks from now, or is that 2 weeks outside of when midnight releases, or when the fourth raid releases?
These are post-launch. These are post-launch.
Yeah, so when the normal and the heroic raid release, we'll run those two. We'll run those raids. And so we'll run our first week of the 2 days, the second week, the 2 days. It's the end of that it's the end of the fourth raid night.
Yeah, 2 full weeks of raiding.
Yeah. And then by the next raid, you'll have your main locked in. We'll have that roster determined and finalized. And
yeah, basically none of this goes to fruition until basically this third week, March 17th. So 4 weeks from March 17th is when we expect folks to lock in. Got it? Yeah? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I have a question, Danny.
Yes, dear.
Do we have a list of potentially what everybody wants to be, so we can work on like a really good comp? Or
So far, that's just been whatever you feel like, and raid leaders manage.
I do believe my name is Danny.
Apologies.
So I think we could probably start to do that. I want to say a week before launch. So those of us that get early access on Friday the 27th, I think during that week, Cough, and I'll speak about this in a minute, Celeria, you guys should get together, and Nyletha, you're in there too, and Fel too, should get together, and we should start to put together that raid plan. Now, I am going to try to do that myself, even for disciples. Just so, I mean, I like to set the example of those, right? So if you come over here and there are tools, there is a in where is it? Oh, there it is. Raid composition, right? So you can kind of start to plan this, guys. And I think it would be good for us to do that before launch so that folks, so basically by that first, the minus 1 week, I would like you in the Olympians only. I'm not speaking about any other team right now. I would like you guys to submit the classes that you're going to be trialing out. If you have locked in your class and you're like, Skull's gonna be that DK, man, he's not he's not changing. He's gonna be the DK, right? And you lock that in, that's fine. If you still are, if you own a couple classes by then, that's cool, and you want to trial, make sure you let us know. And I think for that, Cough, we should probably start to put that composition early together. And then anybody that wants to trial for any role, okay? So if you want to tank, if you want to heal, if you want to do whatever, I urge you guys to put in those applications into Guilds of WoW, okay? And I urge you guys to apply. And we're going to sit on the applications in here for a while because we're going to be looking at, this and that, right? So if you see us linger with an application for the Olympians, that's going to be normal now because right now we're still raiding on Thursdays for shits and giggles. Basically, our raid team is we're not moving it forward anymore, right? We're not trying to down Nexus King. But if you have applied for Olympians and we have not, done, it's because of that. We're not really raiding right now. So, come that minus 1 week, I would like you guys to apply with the characters that you want to trial. So if you have more than one, I expect to see that application. If you have just the one, put in the application. I don't care if you are part of the Olympians team already. This is going to get flushed out, okay? Because that's how Koff wants to run it. We're going to flush all of this roster out, and everybody has to retry. Even Koff himself. He's said it many times. Got it? Correct? Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, I mean that, and I guess what she means by that, like with me, right? Like if someone, for example, had raid lead experience, and wanted to try and be a raid leader, we take that and we would find a way to work that in, right? Or try that out. So it's not just, me saying,
no, I mean, you
everyone's trying out. Oh yeah, that too, right? Anything with it's not just me saying, everyone is trying except for, certain people. It's like if I, if we had 20 people or 23 people and I was the bottom performer, I wouldn't make the team. And it's just for the betterment of the team, right? Like that's the whole purpose of that team is to put the best performers forward. So that's the kind of the reason for the framing of this.
Yeah, for sure. So so if you want to try your shot at it, that's what's going to happen. That's how we're dealing with the Olympians. And this here cough, I think, is going to be solid. So, like, as we look at the applications, we can start to build that. And use this as it's wowhead.com raid composition.
Yep.
Yeah. And make sure we have that at least going in. All right. Any other questions about the Olympians, about our plans? Is there any Olympians that maybe can't do that Wednesday? That would be March 18th.
I just want you to tell me what to play.
Oh,
Whatever your little heart desires.
Oh, he knows better. Oprah knows better. He knows better. I'm going to say the enhancement.
The issue with that is you're overlapping Prophets and Olympians, so people can't do both.
Exactly my point. That is on purpose.
Well, yeah, I mean, so I guess on that point, right? At the start of a season, the Olympian roster and the people that are trying for the Olympians should be going and spending the time on their character, or one or two. You shouldn't be like, I'm going to try everything in these 4 raids, right? Like, you should have an idea of what you want to bring into it.
Correct.
And you should be spending the time on those 1 or 2 characters, gearing it up whatever that looks like when that comes out, whether it's delves, whether it's heroic dungeons, whether it's crest farming for crafted. And so doing other raids on other characters,
it's just going to be impossible.
it's not going to be possible really.
I mean,
for a while, and then Mythic Plus will open, right?
Yeah. And that was how it was in season 1. So this here, guys, is season 1 planning notes. We told our Olympians they should stay away from Prophets. Back then, we only had Prophets. They should stay away from Prophets because the load that they're going to have to do to be able to, do all that they need to do for the lock-ins. I mean, right now, nobody has that. Like, we're already all max level, so you're not having to lock in your 3 vaults. That's a task. At the beginning of a season, that is a task, okay? And so we told our Olympian teams back then that you need to no doubling up raid teams. Okay?
And the only caveat to that is really, unless you're one of those people that can do that and still manage to raid another day, right? If you lock in your 10s and you've done everything that you can do to get the gear that you need to have for the raid, and and you just play that much, if you have that much time, then there's obviously exceptions. It's not, but the raid team that you're on is the primary focus, right? Like, that's the goal, is gearing your character to the best that you can, putting the objective of clearing the bosses as quickly as possible. That's at the forefront, right?
Yeah. Which, I mean, to be fair, especially because, as we've been talking, and a lot of people have been hearing about this, we've been talking about it. 320, hold on. And we are trying to eventually get to a point where we have a more competitive team, and that team's going to be running 3 days a week. It's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, you're eventually, if you're trying to get into something like that at that level, you're just not going to have the time to do two. Yeah. Now, Cough, you did run an alt raid last season on Sundays a few times. And also the Sunday would be a pickup day as well, right?
Yeah. So that that raid, the intention of that was kind of like a split, if you will, like gearing another character, taking the Olympians, running another raid for characters that could be swapped into the main roster if needed, right? So it's especially as we get further progressing along, having multiple characters that are capable of swapping into the roster if there's a need for like a warlock, for example, for a gate or something, you know, that we're missing. That was the intention of that raid.
Okay.
I don't anticipate it'll be something that we do during normal and the first, like before Mythic Plus comes out, but probably a little bit after that, it'll be something that starts to kick back up again. Just depending on how the progress that we're making and the comp that we have.
Yeah. So I also want you guys to just think about Sunday being what we call a pickup day. And by pickup day, what I mean by that is that if we are sub 10% on a boss, by the time Thursday comes around and it is 11 p.m. and we're like, dude, we're so close, and we get to that spot, KOF reserves the right to say, we're going to do a pickup day Sunday and get that kill before the raid reset. And then at some point, you know, that also can become an alt raid in the future. Does that sound good, KOF?
Yeah, and it's the like you mentioned, the caveat there is really it's like we're sub 10% on a poll. We know it's there, and we just ran out of time to kill that boss. It's not something that'll I anticipate, you know, happening every Sunday, for example.
No,
it's just
not at all.
for those instances where we get super close and run out of time, we'll try and get it that week so that way the next week we prog, especially if it's like a say a fourth boss, for example, right, where we get the second vault slot out of it.
Yeah.
That would be a prime example of when like that would come into play.
Yeah, for sure. So don't think it's going to be every time, but do know ahead of time that that's traditionally what we've done. There's been a few people who know that's how that works for us. Okay. All right. So now, Prophet's team and some of the things that we discussed in our leaders meeting was we also want you guys. This is a new change, and this is post March 17th. Okay. You want to lock in a hero track on 3 vaults, at least a minimum of a hero track on your 3 vaults for the first week of the raid launches and of Mythic Plus launch, obviously. Okay. And increasing that to myth tier by the 4th week after. Okay. So that is new. But I think it is something that is going to benefit those plus teams. So anybody that is a heroic plus mythic team, in other words, you mean to step into mythic as well, you're going to see some requirements coming out that way. So that is going to be the same for both the deacons and the prophets. And that's kind of what we talked. Kaiden, it was Kaiden and Dragon, or Quicken. We talked about that on our leaders meeting this Sunday. So I think it is a great push for us. Because I anytime that you're going to be stepping into mythic, like I said, you need myth gear to kill mythic bosses, and that's not like a joke. And I think the quicker that you guys can do that, you can also get your AOTC. These teams are supposed to be competitive AOTC teams with a dabble in mythic. Okay. So that's kind of what we've decided for all of you guys to do. And so we're going to have both the Olympians and the Heroic Plus teams, pushing those Mythic Plus keys. So I expect you guys to be in this Discord. There's another thing I need from you guys that I'll talk about. I expect you guys to be in this Discord, in those Mythic Plus channels. If we run out of those channels, I will make more. But, get those going when that launches. And I would like to see the Olympians and the Prophets and the Deacons mix in together to do those. Get some cross-team, camaraderie. And, we're going to we're a family. So that's how we want to operate. And so it's nice to be able to, be in.
We definitely run keys with the Prophets often.
Yes, absolutely. And I really have seen that happen quite a bit. But what I'm not seeing is people doing it here. So I've seen some groups, yes, just some groups have definitely been doing it here in this Discord. There's a reason I need you guys in this Discord. I've talked about this before. It makes recruitment.
We usually are in one of the Mythic Plus groups.
No, I know. I'm not saying you specifically.
Okay, I was confused.
Okay. No. I'm just saying in general, across the 3 teams, right? We're going to, now that we are requiring, you guys to go a little harder on those M pluses, I would like to see a what's the word I'm looking for? A cross-team collaboration on that, right? Like, so Prophets and Deacons run together, Deacons and Olympians run together, Prophets and Olympians run together. Like, there's a good mix of that. And some of you may, it may be kind of tough at first, but some of you may even want to, dip into the Disciples and take some of those folks into Mythic Plus. Because I do know that some of my disciples want to start doing more things in the Mythic Plus. And Mythic Plus is a great training opportunity for everybody to learn their class and to also learn mechanics that you will see in the raids. They are adding a great thing, to Midnight called Lindormi's Guidance. And that means that the first 5 keys are going to have a special NPC that kind of guides you through, what you need to pull, what you need to interrupt, what this and that, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of that in the keys from 1 to 5. So it's making that entrance, which I think is remarkable. I think that's a great change, because it has been traditionally very intimidating for people who are less skilled to start to learn those routes. And in this guild, what we have done that has been really, really amazing to see is we have seen that happen here. Where people are taking those folks, getting them a little more comfortable, and then they get comfortable to a point where they start building that confidence in themselves and in their abilities. And that's only going to translate into the raid teams as well. Okay, so I love to see it. I love to see it. But the reason why I'm going to ask you guys to do that as much as possible within this Discord is because I really do use our activity as a selling point for new members. And I'm not selling them a dream that we don't do, because we do, right? We are a pretty active guild. We want to stay active. It is hard to stay active at the end of a season, but I think we're doing pretty okay with that. And that's remarkable. There's not a lot of people that can actively say, look at how many people, I just put the screenshots there. Look how many people are in the conference room, quote unquote, right? You don't see that towards the end of a season in a lot of guilds, and that's very special to us. And it's a great selling point for recruitment. And so seeing a very active, very engaged, Discord with people in it certainly helps that all the way. And I definitely would like to see that be the case. And I've said this before. This is not anything new to a lot of you people. Right? I've said this many seasons for many seasons. And the thing that has been hard for me to balance sometimes is, we have some teams that are, pushing high keys and they're getting into it and they're in the weeds there. And people will come into the rooms because they're open, right? And they'll start to chit chat. Even I'm guilty of that. I sometimes drop into Cough and I'm like, hey, Cough, how about this? And then he'll give me a quick answer and then I'll leave, right? But I understand that, he has the capacity to answer that. I know him. So he has the capacity to answer that one little question. But, sitting and chit-chatting when people are trying to do those high keys tends to be a problem, okay? And so if you are looking to do those high keys and that kind of stuff, I'm putting back our push teams and locking that out a little bit, okay? Because I understand they need to have their own space for, doing those difficult keys. Does that make sense, guys? I'm not trying to separate or segregate anybody. It's just, some of our guildies do the more advanced content. And those things can be difficult. But I do want folks to respect that, okay? As much as possible. Cough, anything from you on that?
No, you said it all there.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Is Mess here? Where's Mess? Oh, Mess is not here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh no, yeah, Mess. There you are. What are your thoughts around that?
About the rooms?
Yeah, just being respectful of, that.
Yeah, I
going
think we
on.
should just have one or two that are just labeled.
Yeah, I have that with One Brick, which is Cough's team, and there's a few
Okay,
people
I
that
have
can-
seen that channel, so.
Yeah. I do have. Well, I had all those channels before, and
Yeah.
then I got I got complaints that they were locked, and it's always been it's so hard to balance, guys. Honestly, it's been a hard balance for me to do the channels and the voices.
Yeah,
and
I don't
that
think
kind of
it's necessary to lock anything so
Right.
much as if they're I would
Heads
just
down.
keep it as it is, the
Mhm.
myth group 1, 2, 3, or whatever, etc. And anything that's a named channel, just kind of, if that's not part of your group, then just
be
leave them be.
respectful. Yeah, be respectful. Because what I want is to have that activity here. It's so helpful when somebody comes in here that you're recruiting, that you're going to talk to, and they see a bunch of people in here, right? And they're like, "Oh, look at this guild is popping."
Right? Yeah, actual activity.
Yeah, actual activity, right? So that's
Well, and
always good.
it should be understood as well that if somebody goes into that channel, the purpose of it is to kind of be
Yeah.
separate, so that
At
to get
least-
something done. So it should be understood at that point.
Yeah, for sure. Does anybody have any questions on that? Because I really want to try to give some of our higher teams a space for them to do that stuff without being. Yeah. Any questions on that?
I mean, do you just want to take a couple of the channels like 5 and 6 or 4 and 5 and just max out the amount of people in there by 5 or 6 people?
Just set the limits to the amount of people that can be in them to 5.
I wouldn't do it for all of
The
them.
issue
but
with
maybe a
that
couple
is,
of them.
though, we have times where we'll have 1 or 2 extra people sitting in the channel just listening and watching, and then if somebody drops, they fill.
Right. I agree with that. I agree
Exactly
with
what they were saying. Just keep it so that the ones that are named are the ones that are locked out, and keep ones because that does happen a lot. Like she was saying, it ends up being where we have a couple people watching and just waiting for a spot.
Mm-hmm. And that's fine. And if you're in the public groups, I mean, that's, expect that. But if you have a proper team that's trying to do 8 teams, right? that's hard content, guys. So and that's all I'm saying. If you get to a spot where you have a consistent group and you're feeling like the majority of the people in that group are feeling look at these guys.
If it's the guys doing 16s, 17s in the middle of the night, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I understood. But I'm just saying they typically do that. They just have had to do it in group chats or in other servers, right? Because they want to hunker down and concentrate. So I'm trying to balance that, right? So look at this There's a duel going on in my conference table. Behave. But no. So and then for the disciples and the acolytes, acolytes is our new quote unquote demigods. So demigods. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to. Hold on. Oh boy. Options. Audio. There we go. Okay. There we go. I can't concentrate. It's fine. You can have fun. Have fun. Okay. For the disciples and the acolytes, what I really want to see us do, and this is stuff that we can do from March 2nd, right? Or 3rd, if, the servers crap out on us, is I want to see us do group leveling with guildies through the story progression. I want to see us do world events together through the new zones. I'm going to be doing zone days. So in the zones, what I'm going to be doing, guys, is, we're going to tackle one zone together, and we just kind of just sit and we do that zone, and we go through all the quests, because I know there's a lot of people in here that like to grind the rep and all that good stuff. Let's try to get some delve grinds. I'm really hoping that that Blizzard fixes delves for groups, because it was nearly impossible from season 2 onward. Season 1, it was so good, right? And I really would like to see that happen, where we get small groups, because that's the great thing about delves, is you can do 2 people, you could do 3 people, right? So it's kind of really, really good for us to stretch and get our things together. Let's try to do some normal and heroic dungeons. If we have to pug one person, that's fine. Just remember that they still have not fixed the cross-faction unable to pug kind of thing, unable to do the queues, right? So they still haven't done that, which sucks. So we will have to do our pre-made groups in order to do normal and heroic dungeons. And let's get those low-key mythics going. I'm going to make an effort to do that this season. I did in season 2. It was great. I hated season 3. So I was like, I'm out. But yeah, let's try to get some of those low keys going. And if anybody from the Olympians, from the prophets, from the deacons ever wants to help guide us through that, that'd be freaking awesome. But I really want us to really enjoy these activities together. And that goes for disciples and acolytes, because they're both my teams. I'm going to be looking for someone that can take the raid leading for the acolytes team. Actually, for the disciples team and the learning of that, because that is a heroic learner team. So I'm looking for someone to take that. It might even be my husband. But the acolytes team, what's going to happen, and the things that we discussed in leaders, is our raid leaders, all of our raid leaders, whether you're primary, secondary, or assistant, will rotate that Sunday amongst us. And the reason we want to do that is because I like my leader, and that goes for officers too. I like my leaders having some interaction with everyone in the guild at all levels. I think one of the things that I talked to you about, Cough, was how you could, you were like, oh, I should definitely get into the normals and just, hang out with the new folks that are coming in and stuff like that. And I think that's a great idea. So one of the things that I thought would be good, and it also would help me, right? You know why? Not have to raid lead for all of it all the time, right? So I'm still going to take on disciples, but I'm trying to find someone who does that. And then acolytes, it's going to go on a raid leader rotation, and officers if you guys want as well, so that you can have some interaction with everybody. And it also helps you to really, fine tune your raid leading, because it's a lot harder to teach someone than just expecting someone to just do the things that they should be doing, right? It's harder to teach. But yeah, so I think that's what we decided on Sunday. That's probably going to start when normal comes out. So that is March 17th. Okay. So look for that. Raid leaders, officers, raid assistants, any of you guys that want to help into that rotation, more than help. That would be amazing. So I would really appreciate that of you guys. If you can help do that, because I think that just it also introduces the leadership to you guys, as well as in that sense. Okay. What are your thoughts around that? Because I know not everybody was able to make Sunday.
Yeah, like I said, Sunday, I'm absolutely cool with that. I mean, if we want to put together a sheet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's known ahead of time, so people can plan. I'm fine with everything.
Yeah,
I
just
love
so you can be, so we can be like, hey, I normally don't raid on Sunday, but I'm gonna pick this Sunday up or whatever.
Yeah. Fantastic. All right, and then speaking of raid leaders, there is a change that we are making for the Olympians. And that is Celeria is going to be sliding into the secondary raid leader spot. She has been an officer for us before, and we have missed her terribly. And she is going to be raid leading the Olympians. And Celeria will be also staying with the Olympians going forward. So she will probably inherit that team as primary at some point. So,
Called it.
Welcome back, Celeria.
Hi.
Welcome back, honey. And she's going to be raid leading that probably with Mez and Fel. So, who are also going to stay in the Olympians team. Any questions for that? No? Any comments? Kelly, do you want to lick her even more now?
I know.
Every time.
Don't be shy, anybody.
All right. So of all the things I've talked about, do you guys have any questions at all? Any outlying things or anything like that?
Sure. Could you repeat all that?
Oh, I'm gonna look into my mind.
Anybody have a question on anything we didn't touch on that you have a concern or anything?
I heard a concern. Sorry, I had a concern whispered to me regarding the Olympian, the Olympian in Prophet, Olympian/heroic raid times. It's not like maybe I just didn't hear it, but like the idea is that the first week the Olympians and Prophets will end up overlapping, but the idea is that it returns to how it is now.
Tuesday. Yes. It's only for March 17th. Or in this case, March 18th, right? And it's only because when they release that, we expect there to be like horrid lag on that
server's
Tuesday.
Gonna be jacked.
Yeah, it's going to be really fucking terrible. So it's only for that week. Correct, Koff? We're not changing the days. Still Tuesday and
No.
Thursday. Okay.
No, yeah, the days are staying Tuesday, Thursday, with the exception of that one, the first launch day.
Oh, poor Nyletha. And then the Olympians would follow the same time, so 8 to 11 Pacific, and they would more than likely take Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay? But again,
you mean the Titans, right?
I'm sorry, the Titans. Yes, I'm so sorry. The Titans. Yes, the Titans would be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, same times. But we're not really, I'm using the majority of season 1 to really pull that together. And so we're, everything's staying as it is, and we're looking to continue onward and recruit and have the spaces, because I do feel like some of the Prophets may eventually want to move up into the Olympians and that kind of stuff. So we want to create a good transition from the acolytes to disciples to prophets to Olympians, right? And then eventually what I want to do is create that same synergy for the East Coast team on their days so that we have a disciples like, quote unquote, an equivalent to the learner heroic for deacons, right? And then deacons eventually making their own mythic team on that side for the East Coast so that each coast is covered from normal to heroic learner to heroic plus to mythic. Got it? So that's the vision. Coast to coast, baby. That's right. Yes, coast to coast. We want to do that and then have the Titans be the CE team that, gets all the goods.
I have a question real quick.
Yep.
Profits is only going to do the 3 days for that third week, or are we going to be pushing that 3-day until we get AOTC?
I don't think Profits is doing 3 days.
Profits is only every 2 days.
Yes, it's Wednesday and
I'm just.
Fridays.
Well, I saw the Sunday right there, so I was just curious.
Oh yeah, that's because for deacons. Yeah, I might have to just split this. I try to pull it.
Oh,
all
okay,
together. Yeah.
okay.
I try to pull it all together, but I'll split it up. That's fine. It's just
okay. I was just making sure.
Yeah. No. And again, I mean, I'll leave this kind of up to you guys if you feel comfortable, flipping, flipping that. It probably should be kind of like this, to be honest. Put here, and then Sunday up here, if that makes sense. Yeah, right. And then if you guys wanted to, if the prophets wanted to, so if Kaiden and Zen decide, that's doable for them, they can start to do that too. I don't think so in that first week, but otherwise the deacons would just continue in the normal. Okay. My normal and heroic teams, we're just sticking to normal for a while. Okay. We're bullies. Yeah. Agreed. All right. So I am going to turn it over to Quicken and Nyx, and if you guys have anything that you guys want to talk about or any announcements that you guys want to say.
You got anything next?
She covered what we talked about on Sunday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. The biggest other thing is, obviously we're still looking for a few DPS. We are more than happy, and we've been checking logs for the other people running, and more than happy to work with people who are, really wanting to lock in the last little pushes of their DPS. Obviously pre-patch. Same thing goes for every other team. Play around with things. Use this time to figure out the new buttons to press that make everything fun and go boom. Or keep your friends alive, depending on what you like doing. I mean, just going into midnight, we plan on pushing pretty fucking hard. So I'm really excited about it, as I think everyone else is.
Yeah. And then for Kaiden and Zen, anything that you guys have that you want to announce?
We're mostly just going as normal.
Okay.
Making sure we lock in shit. So far, we've been pretty casual with it, with just like anybody that wants to change something, just DM us or let us know in advance, and we have no issue with it.
Yeah. I think the one thing that I do want to say is I recognize that it's kind of the end of the season and some people are not logging their attendance. Okay. And we are having to, I know that the system can be a pain in the butt. Okay. But
It's manageable though.
it is manageable. It
It's
is.
just not convenient.
It's not convenient, but it's manageable. But what I need is I need you guys, if you're going to be out more than a day, okay, of raiding, and you are a primary roster member, you need to put in this form. This form is in the time off channel. and you need to let your raid leaders know, okay? We can't possibly remember everything, so we use this as a way for us to remember, okay? If you are running late, etc., you can sign off from your raid team signups, okay? And make sure that you do that, right? Just go in there, click the set attendance. I've gotten some feedback about that to try to make that easier. But set attendance, and make sure that you guys are signing off for that so that your raid leaders know. Okay.
Speaking of, Danny,
Yeah.
did you see the message I sent about the one member I've been missing for 2 weeks now?
No. Who is that?
The one we stole from you, the Blackwing Dark Side person.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They've been missing for several weeks now. Kaiden and I agreed that if he's missing this week, we're kicking him.
Okay.
At least from our team.
Okay.
And is this in the master spreadsheet or is this somewhere else?
So so you can go to guildsofwow.com, and as long as you have your battle, that's another thing, guys. You guys gotta get signed into Guilds of WoW and get your battle.net and refresh it every so often. Okay, get that connected, because then you're gonna be immediately able to come in here, and you should be able to go from the home page, right? You should be able to go to the TOP here. And if you come over here and you go down to events, okay, you'll see all of the events coming up. You are able to see the view calendar, and you're able to sign off or set yourself late or whatever the case may be here, okay? For any one of those, you can do that, okay, here, but you can also do it in the actual, like this, in these right here, in the heroic disciples team, deacons, prophets, Olympians, come in here. If you're gonna be out one day, come in here, set attendance, right? And it's going to give you a little thing up here, and it's gonna say, okay, choose this. I'm working with the GOW team to make this a little bit less cumbersome, as a feedback that I got from Quick. So I'm working with them to do that. But if you set this here, you can set yourself as late, you can add notes, etc. I've already set my holy priest as default, but this should be able to be set as well. Go ahead.
To elaborate on that, if you know that bot that spams you with attendance shit?
Mm-hmm.
If you just give it your information there for the specific day, we get a spreadsheet on Guilds of WoW with that information.
Yes. Yes.
It is easy for us to just look at that page if you update the bot.
Mm-hmm. So I really do need everybody to commit to being gracious to the other people that are part of that team, because they're all sitting around waiting for you. Invites go out at 7:45. You got till 8 to get in there. That's 15 minutes. Make sure you come prepared. And when I say prepared, you get your own flasks, you get your own food, you get your own health. Don't forget the health potions, and make sure they're invigorating health potions. Okay, the highest tier. Don't forget your health potions, because I don't provide that. But I try to provide as much as I can. I don't always succeed, but I try. But you should have a stash of your own that you can use for emergencies. I don't want to hear anybody coming to our raids, specifically our heroic plus and mythic raids, without some fucking food buffs or flasks of their own. Okay? Because the plans change. No. Just not yet. Got it? Sorry. But yeah, no, it's just this is such a long, I cannot believe that we're not getting Mythic Plus till the 4th week of launch. That's just crazy to me. Yeah, so. Yep. All right. It's not in the budget. It's not in the budget. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find a way to ensure that we get cauldrons. That's gonna be rough going into Mythic Plus. I mean, not Mythic Plus, into Midnight, and get it on March 17th, and all of that stuff gets launched. You best believe it's going to be expensive, and we just don't have the budget for that. Okay, so we're gonna have to, pony up.
Can we hire some gold farmers?
I wish.
You are the gold farmer.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you guys listen, the way we get money into our guild bank is BOEs, and they are the most expensive, okay, at the start of a season. So I don't want to hear anybody trying to swipe out some BOEs or whatever the case may be. I need to be able to sell those to feed our guild bank. The other way you guys contribute to the guild bank without even lifting a single silver out of your pocket is by doing M plus. Yeah. Yep. M plus.
M plus rewards.
Yep. M plus rewards. The other thing that, I forgot to mention this, guys. The other last thing. Midnight is coming with some training grounds for PvP. Okay? And I love PvP. I grew up on it. It's one of my nostalgic moments. It's been really difficult to get back into that. The PvP system kind of like sucks, but I'm hoping to be able to host Saturday night like guild PvP sessions where we go in and hopefully somebody will come out of that and say, "Hey, I'd love to be a squad leader." And, if you are good at PvP, you can be a squad leader and lead us through those encounters on Saturday night so we can start to learn some PvP. So anybody that has been like, "Oh, fuck PvP, da da da." I mean, now we get to have a training ground against NPCs. It's AI characters. Okay? And so, we don't have to hear anybody curse us out and all that bullshit, right? We could just be in our groups and try to do some PvP. It would be, yes. Smack stun right away. Yes. So I definitely would like us to try our hand at a little more PvP coming in Midnight, and they've made it a little bit easier for that. So I definitely would like to see someone step up and go, "Yeah, I'd love to be the squad leader and form those out," and so on and so forth. So yeah. All right, that's pretty much all I got. My co-GMs, anything from you guys?
I mean, I guess just one thing on the attendance thing and I think what we have set up right now, right, for once the rosters are set, that it, in order to not have to sign up to every raid, I think it is defaulted to
you're
you're
automatically opted in. Yeah. Yep, you're automatically
so
opted in.
So if you are going to be out, there is that thing that people have been filling out, I think it's called the vacation tracker.
Yep.
But also, please make sure that you sign off of that attendance sheet, because that is what we look at or it's at least what I look at for the roster for the night. And so it's it's a back and forth between, do we change it to opting in or changing it to opt out? I think it's more convenient that the few times that people are missing, they have to, fill out that vacation tracker, but also sign off as opposed to having to sign up to every raid. So just make sure to please use that, sign off of that attendance there so that we can see it.
And once again, guys, like you can set that in here. Like if you come into the, guildsofwow.com/TLP and you come over here and you go to events, you should be able to scroll down and see, well, first of all, you'll see the events coming up in here, but the view calendar is how we get to do that. And you can go in here and set it here, right? So you can change that by viewing the event, for example, and then here set attendance. Now, again, you can use the Guilds of WoW website, but it is part of Discord. So there's like no excuse because everybody here has Discord mobile. And if you don't, you better. Okay. And just so you guys know, we used to track attendance in Season 2. We'll be trying to return to that. And in that specific sense, I think maybe for our Heroic Plus teams as well. So we used to track it for Olympians. We used to track it, not loosely track it for profits back in the day. But we definitely did track it for Olympians, and we actually had roll calls. Okay, so I think we're going to be going back to that. Okay. Any questions? Going once, going twice. Oh, I did get a tell about this. So there was a tell about the cloud situation and the public chat situation and so on and so forth. Guys, I'm only going to say this once, but public chat is not the place for your tit for tats. Okay? Take that shit to DMs because I work my butt off to try to get folks into this family. And if they come in here and that's the first thing they see is this drama and this excuse the word, but cockfight, they're not going to want to join us. So if you are going to do anything in public chat, take it to tells. Please. Okay? Also, I'm not totally against boosting. We have been in the past, but I'm not totally against the boost thing. If you want to, sell boosts, if you want to buy boost, all on you. But don't come in here bragging about that shit if you didn't earn it. That's hardcore. Okay? So please mind the public channels, even the member channels. I don't want to see it. We've seen that in the member channels before, and it was rough. I'll delete everything and time out people. Okay? All right, that's it. That truly is it. Can I get a portal, please? Tornagle. Where did our portals go? No, we don't have portals. All right, guys.
I put one in the doorway, but maybe it went away.
You went through it first, didn't you? That's what happens.
I sat there. I was waiting.
That's what happens. All right, boys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good one. Please let us know if you have any questions, if you have anything that you need to discuss, and let us know.